Hi everyone, good morning. It's me, Lori. I'm the High Priestess Oracle. I go by the business name of Spirit Within Us. And today I am super excited. I'm going to do a reading and I'm just going to follow the messages. And it's a relationship reading, 100% relationship reading. And to find out what the blocks are or where the relationship's going. If you're very committed, then it's going to keep on that roll. We'll just see what the messages have to say and roll with it. So I just need to connect with Spirit and ask for the messages. And I have to say, if you like my channel, please subscribe, like, and comment. Anything like that, it's greatly appreciated. I have to give a huge shout out to my cherry blossom, Sherry Bowman from Freedom's Wind. I went yesterday and picked up, oh my gosh, they're gorgeous. So we're using the 3 piles today. The first pile, and she's made them all of these. Oh my God, and they're absolutely stunning. And so this is pile number 1. And pyramids always remind me, well, of several things, but of just our growth and our energy, and the power that's within this. This is the second pyramid. It's partially so exciting because these are energized incredibly. And pile number 3. And this is pile number 3. All I can say is they are stunning, and she is a magician, and I adore her, as well as all of those who have helped me along the way to understand better what I do and how I do it in my own unique manner, such as painting behind me is by a friend of mine. I don't think you can really see it from here, but it's by, her name is Gail. She goes by Gail Rooney, I think, and she's just the most incredible artist, but I can read what is in her paintings. Anyhow, we have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. So pick a pile and let's get at her. So pile number 1. This is pile number 1. This is for you. So what I'm going to say, first of all, to begin with, is that you've really worked to clear out lots of what has been happening around you. It's almost like becoming more of a minimalist, and in being a minimalist, it's brought you to connect further with other people and support and nurture relationships that perhaps have surprised you, but you've become a very much more gentle person with less, yet your world is filled with more. And I hope that that makes sense to you, or you understand that. I couldn't find my dice, and so I went downstairs and I did. I found have a lot of dice, so we do 2 at a time. Okay, so this is a new beginning for you. You've done the work, and you are now ready to move forward as a brand new you. So as you move into that brand new you, this is going to take a lot of courage. That being because stepping outside of our comfort zone, which you've done time and time again to learn to do that. And those are things like, silly as they may sound, going to a movie by yourself, or, putting yourself out there in situations that perhaps you hadn't. You've just decided that, yes, you're going to. Because what you're speaking with as you're moving forward is a sense of commitment. You're speaking through. Spirit just said all the crap, but they didn't say crap actually. You're just being able to decipher what is honest and what is not from others. And so that's how you're responding, which actually then somehow you're able to bring the playing level down within the relationships as you move forward. Okay, so very interesting. First dice is Cancer. Cancer is all about family, commitment, love, keeping everything balanced. And so that's really what you're trying to do, is keep this a balancing of energy. And that doesn't mean you're trying to keep everything perfect, because nobody's perfect and we're not always going to be. It means you just accept where you're at, how it's going, and move along in that vein, because you do see a unity. So this is the sign, is just that it will just this continues on. Life continues on no matter where we're at. Even if we're feeling down, if we're feeling either guilty or depressed or somewhere else, but then other days we can feel really super happy and excited, and things can go on. But what you're learning is just accepting each moment as they come along to you. And so rather than, grabbing onto things or pushing and pulling things towards you, you're just kind of keeping going in almost a very balanced manner. It's quite inspirational and reflective. Okay, so I'm just going to choose a few numbers for pile number 1. Oh my gosh. Okay, so there's definitely a sense of love in the air, because you got 2 6s. Cool. 2 3s, which is unity, but together that makes 6. And pyramids are much about this sort of formation. 3 is about mind, body, spirit. So that's where you've really learned to balance. And then again, the final one was the 1. So sorry, things I noticed. This is a 0. It's a 1 because we know it's a dice, but this is also the same 0, and this is the 1. So let's go back to saying that this is the 1, because I think that this does reflect a huge pathway in your life when it comes to relationships. I believe that what Spirit is saying is that you've learned this, how to build, how to create, how to manage your place, your space, your abilities, your strengths and your skills, and really balance that out so that it is that connection, that mind, body, spirit connection. And this can be in all relationships, but this is so much about the love within yourself. And the love within yourself is what's going to bring forth to you the love that you are perhaps waiting for. It would seem like a huge sense that you're moving towards, either a twin flame or a soulmate, but somebody that's coming into or been into your life that's going to bring this stability, this sense of home. So Spirit's asking you to pay attention and don't hold back right now. It's time now to spread your wings. Don't hold back. Keep open, keep confident, know what you want truly, and just be you. Whether you're in this relationship now, whether you're with the right person, know that this is your time to be exactly who you're meant to be. Just spread your wings and fly, and it's all going to come together. It will all come together. The timing is perfect for you right now. So there's no time like the present. Don't wait. Start now. Just express yourself. be yourself, love yourself, and bring forward all of those relationships that you so want within your life. This has truly brought you to a total new spiritual understanding. And I believe this is Raziel. And he really is the guide of symbols and esoteric information that does speak through symbology, through just, I would say, almost visualizations of different things that you take note of, such as, I'm just now looking at my dream catcher and seeing how intricately and beautifully created it was. And so when we look at our life, and sometimes we don't quite understand, but if there was a way to geometrize that, I don't even know if that's the word for it, but put it almost in a, what are those things? A mandala, but create your own. I did that in a couple classes, and let me tell you, it was just, there was so much to read from each and every person's mandalas. It was incredible, just because you can tell, you can see, if you really take a really good look at it, you can really see how creative you've been. Even if it seems that there are messy areas in our life. So you're going through this higher dimensional spiritual understanding, and that's going to flow into your relationships. But you really have to spread your wings, ask for it to come, and open up to receive. And the final card with this is Divine Order. And again, this is we have the scales here. And so that's kind of important at this point for you. It's to understand that now you've come to this point of understanding that unless I clean this up, unless I clear this out, unless I'm truly connected with all of this love and understanding and peacefulness and walking towards that, until I've reached all of those goals, all of that connection, and you're there. And so things had to happen in a certain way. Otherwise, it wouldn't have always all ended up as it did. So when we try to force things, we actually try to delay things. That's what happens. So there's no forcing going on. That's really a lot of what you have released. So from the Romance Angel card, so this is in reflection of a romantic relationship specifically. So the first card that comes out is Express Your Love. Again, you're now ready for this. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Go ahead and do it. When you have this vibrational energy that you have going on right now, like, it's a swag like I've never seen before, but it's just, and it's not arrogant, and it's confident in a very loving, graceful grace. That's what it is. The word is grace, in a very graceful manner. So pile one, it's that word is going to be really huge for you. Remember that grace. And that's what you're going to project to people. That's what's going to draw in people. And it's being true to you, because you're getting rid of all of the messages, all of the, wish-wash, wobble-bobble, whatever doesn't need to be there. You've completed what needed to be completed, and you're ready to start again. Wow. So the next card from the Romance Angel cards, if you express yourself, they're going to respond in a manner that's going to show their romantic feelings. So much so that it's just going to flow. Sorry, just made myself laugh. It's again, because you just have this natural progression where things may have been quite a bit more so on an area that there was fear or doubt or shame or blame or any of these things, you're not going towards that self, because you really have learned to love yourself. And when you learn to love yourself, if you can just see that glow that comes from loving ourselves, if you could just see that glow that comes out of that, when it's just an air about us. I'm actually getting the message that this person, that you are romantically either with, apart, separated from. I'm not actually getting any feelings. I just have a feeling that it's coming, or it's going to really show up in the manner of which you most want it to. And the first card, the first card that comes out, and I know the reason why, this is Ageless Beauty, and it says, with grace, dignity, and strength, I grow into the unique texture of my own feminine soul. And that wraps up exactly what I was saying, is this idea, and it doesn't yes, the card is Ageless Beauty, but that means it's ageless. You could be that as a child. It always reminds me of Princess Grace, of Grace Kelly. And I believe people are born with the names that they most attuned to. I go back to Oprah Winfrey. I always said that Oprah, you win free things. Her last name is Winfrey. Like, there's no coincidences. Ellen DeGeneres, D in French is of, generous of. Ellis is generous. And so, and that, that's just something that I have always kind of attuned myself to with just everything else. So this is much about you owning your grace, your dignity, your self-worth. And that's you're really truly listening to Spirit, listening to what Spirit has to say, the messages that they have to bring to you, and you're following that guidance with such dignity, love, with honoring of yourself. Okay, so through this part of the journey, where you've come to is you've begun to feel good. And it feels really good to feel good. So feeling good will bring me far more than whatever I thought I needed. Feeling good about ourselves, that's how we raise our vibration. Our vibration is built on all of these stories, these things, and just vibrating that gracefulness, that sense of self-worth, of love, of knowing of how much you are truly worth in your circle, but also as expanded in your growth in as well as in your growth, your spiritual soul's growth in this lifetime. And the second card really is spiritual alignment. And it's this spiritual alignment that puts your manifestation into creation, into motion. It's the steps. Every single one of these cards basically is just saying that you've gone through this process. You are ready. You are ready as ever, Eddie, as you've ever thought you were ready. So it's now to stop, or just, I'm going to say stop the fears, to silence the fears, and let them go away. And always, always, always say, let them go away with blessings, love, and healing. Just, you want them to heal because you want that energy to transform. That's, I believe, one of the most important things. If you just send yucky energy out there, send it out with blessings, love, and healing. Okay, so the three cards from the Hidden Realm deck, and the first card, we just talked about this, is the goblins. And the goblins are those energies, those things that eat away with us. Goblins whisper in our ear, and they eat away with us. You have worked, and this is the number 5, and the number 5 is so much about courage, and that courage that you have to step up to that plate, to own all of your actions, because in order to do that, we do need to own our action. And we don't need to make ourselves feel guilty. We say, I own that, I forgive it, I release it, and now I'm free, and I'm free with grace and with love. Perfect, because the next card comes out as the spark. So we're going right back to the card to spread your wings. So you've now released those, instead of your fire being ignited by guilt or anger or all of those emotions that are just not fun, they are now being lit with a fire and a relationship with love. It's coming from that place of beauty, of love, of commitment, of faith, true faith, and honest, just knowing. So you're lighting sparks now because you're sending out these beautiful energy sparks. And the final card here is movement. It means you're now ready to stand tall and to move forward. We started that in the beginning, is that you were here and now you're moving forward. And this is what this is all about. And it's because you're moving into a whole new spiritual realm, a whole new spiritual commitment, I suppose, but of just spiritual understanding, alignment. Know that you're protected at this time as you do this. So as you make choices, because of I'm going to say, because at this period, there does become a hit and miss. So you're protected because you know that these mistakes were meant for you. As you move forward, were meant for you to step forward. And so that step forward, almost in a blind sense, with this dignity and grace. But sometimes we may fall a little. You're protected from that. You're going to be protected. So no, there may be slight falls, but you're not going to, you're always, if you're listening to with your alignment with spirit, you're going to be protected by going in the right direction. The next card is is the card of the serpent. And just definitely one of my favorite cards, because really for me, I see the serpent, the snake, is all about gaining knowledge. It's about really being, they're so, I'm going to say, sleek in what they do. And as they move forward, they begin to heal. So it's like they start off in this state, but they really begin to heal, and then they shed their skin and they become a completely new being. And the third card, which leads you to your joy. So again, it's so much about you understanding your alignment with spirit, about creating the space to be aligned with spirit and moving forward. I'm just going to pull, for those that are, I'm going to pull a few cards from the Hermit Tarot, just for people that are in this romantic relationship. This whole reading is very much so about your journey, and it is towards the person that you are, or it's bringing you forward towards the person that you are most meant to be with. But there may be some messages. So I'm going to, okay. So the person that you are connecting with, you are going to find this more and more, not just from your soulmate twin flame, but people in your community are going to start to step forward. Community, I mean soul community, are going to start to step up, step forward, and you'll recognize them, and they'll be supportive. They'll be aligned with you. They are part of who you are. And there's going to be a time when you're going to say, you know what, right now I might need a little bit more time to think. And it doesn't mean it's a lot of time right now, because it just said I need a little more time That's not what the card says, but there needs to be some time to also reflect. So it's not in the sense that you're rushing into decisions. It's the sense that there's the sense that you just need to step back for a moment to really connect with it, to understand the spiritual meaning of what's been going on. The next card is you are wrong. So I believe with a commitment or a friend or a person that you are relationship that either you're wanting to be with, there's a sense of your projection of this relationship. You're wrong. And that's, I believe, why you're needing to get rid of all that fear, but you're wrong. You're creating these stories, and this just came back to the one. There's a new beginning starting here. And that's why you have to let go of the past. And because at this point, they want to know if you even care. Because they're not getting that sense from you. So this is, you really are changing and understanding your role in relationships, in the power that you have within relationships, the commitment that comes with being honest with ourselves, honest with our intentions, and move forward with a sense of grace. So pile 3, that's what I have for you. Thank you for being here. If you have any comments or any questions, just ask below. And again, if you like my channel, subscribe. And I gotta post down the time. And 1 second.